Bill's living in the past, talking about.
Yeah, but he also
last year we were really good. This year they're not so good. I don't think he never ever would talk about the past. He would always say, "I have full confidence in Mayo."
No, I know you do, but
he's my friend. I wish Bill was here. Bill wouldn't have drafted Drake as the 3rd overall pick. So we're back, another episode of the Dan and Ninko Show, episode 140. Oh my gosh, I'm already I gotta have a drink just to get this one started.
Why, are you panicking? Panicking like New England?
Wow. Past the joint of no return. This is actually really good.
Widowmaker.
No, I told everyone, patience. Nobody listened to me. All the media, nobody listened to me. Patience, people. Nobody has patience. Nobody has patience. They have to have success right now. That's what they want. Success right now.
I don't think it's even the success part of it, though. Is like he's out calling out players
for
being soft.
Call them out. You're
good with that?
Hell yeah, I'm good with that. You know
Bill
why?
Wasn't.
I don't give a shit. Bill never played football. Bill's a coach. Bill's just a coach. I'm a football player. You know what football players do? When you're on the field and somebody isn't doing what they're supposed to do, you call them out. Hey, if you can't freaking hold your end of the bargain, get your ass out of here. We'll get somebody else that can. So that's the issue. I don't have a problem with calling somebody soft. I don't have a problem with it. They were playing soft when you can't stop the run. And you literally just hand the football off, hand the football off, hand the football off, hand the football off, hand the football off. Run, right down your throat. If you can't stop it and you know it's coming, what are you?
Not good.
Soft.
Yeah, but I mean,
you don't have the mentality. Listen, see, the problem is when you are an actual player and you played the game on the field, you know that it's just you and the guys that you're with out there. You know the things that you need to do. Number one, you got to play with violence. You got to play football violent. You can't play football timid or trying to get through a play, because when that happens, you get your ass kicked. So I don't have a problem with it. That's why David Andrews didn't have a problem with it. David Andrews said, Jay Jones didn't have a problem with it, because if you can't stop the run, if you can't cover kicks, and Bill would say this all the time, if we can't stop the run, if we can't run the football, we can't cover kicks, we're not a tough football team.
Yeah, but it's just different to say in the media.
Yeah, so then, the whole, I don't think they're soft.
He's lost the locker room.
No, he hasn't. I don't think he's lost the locker room. I think the people that aren't in it, like they're like, I just want to get through this year. I just want to get paid. Like, yeah, we suck. Blah, blah, blah.
That's the majority, right?
Get their ass out. Get them out.
Majority.
Move them.
How? You don't have anybody under contract.
Give me your helmet. Give me your helmet. That's what I do. Give me your fucking helmet. Give me your helmet. I'll take what you're making this year. What are you making? $2 million to suck?
You're gonna take the helmet?
No, I'm not anymore.
But here's the
tau
thing, though.
protein has taken over.
There's a lot of reports coming out. Like in London, there was players out till 3:00 in the morning.
No accountability for those players.
But who is that on, though?
It ain't on. Listen, at a certain point, you have to be a professional and you have to make a decision for your career. What is the best for myself to perform at a high level? If you want to go out and you want to put your career at risk, okay, you're the one that's going to look like shit on the football field. Mayo, yeah, I think he's taken unnecessary strays. Number one, because you have all these people like, I wish Bill was here. Bill wouldn't have drafted Drake as the 3rd overall pick.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you could become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members-only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
Probably would have traded down. You would have had Mac Jones. It would have been the same shit.
You wouldn't have had Mac Jones.
I don't know what you'd have. You'd have Jacoby or somebody. But anyway, I just think everyone is so, yeah, if you had a crystal ball, like nobody knows what the future has in store. Nobody knew back when Bill left. And now Bill's doing the media thing. He's having a good time. He's going to be a head coach. He's going to be a head coach.
Yeah.
We know he's going to be a head coach. He's going to have
Eagles
Cowboys. He's going to have 5 to 7 teams that are beating down his door.
Yep.
So here's where I'm kind of like, okay, what staff is going to be waiting for Bill to get a job? Which guys?
He's got his own staff.
What's that?
He's gonna have McDaniels,
Matty.
Yeah.
Who else?
Joe Judge.
Yeah,
there'll be other guys that are,
exactly.
that'll come off.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Teams. There'll be people that, like, he'll probably have Steve.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah. But
I would assume. But I can't, you can't. I had no problem with him saying, and now this is another thing, that the media, what they do, they take what you say and they run with it. They try to make somebody was like, in the next 48 hours,
yeah,
Rod Mayo will
Kurt
be
Manahan,
replaced as, I mean, come on.
That was the dumbest thing because, I mean, they're not going to fire
It's
Coach on a
48
Friday.
hours later. Yeah, they're going to fire you on a Friday.
If you said that on, like, Saturday,
yeah,
I would be like, okay.
Hey, cheers, everybody.
Maybe that's something there. But, okay, for
Dr. Robert Leonard, hey, Matthew Lepresti, I got a little thing after this. Look at the hair. Look at it. It's just bing, bing. Put some like stars around my head right now.
Jesus.
Look at that hair.
Come
on, baby.
So, with the state of the team right now, it's not good, correct? Can you at least admit that? Like,
they're
what's
1
going
and
on?
6.
Yeah, but even like locker room, roster,
they have a quarterback.
coaching staff.
Dan Marino, Drake May, the only two players to throw for over 500 yards.
I'm so excited about Drake May.
Drake May.
But I'm also terrified for Drake May.
Why?
Because who the fuck's going to coach him next year? Here, at the end of the day,
you're gonna
somebody's going to get fired, correct?
Somebody's gonna get fired.
Okay, who's getting fired?
Not Mayo.
Okay, then who is?
There's probably gonna be a new offensive coordinator.
Okay.
I think
there's going to have to be more than
I think
just
the
though.
defense right now, what is going on with the defense? Like, they were a good football team.
So
this is what happened to the defense. You lose Bentley, you lose Pep because of stupid shit. Barmore, the injury, like those 3 guys. Yeah. Bill was talking about, well, last year we were top of the. You had those guys.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah,
like, imagine taking out Vince Wilfork, Dante Hightower, and Rob Ninkovich. Have fun stopping the run. You saw that in 2017 when you had freaking Cassius Marsh and you brought in freaking James Harrison to run up the field and pass rush on
a lot of
run
it's from
plays.
Coaching, though. Here, in that Jacksonville game, there was 26% of the defensive snaps had 6 guys in the box or less. On those snaps, Jacksonville averaged 6.6 yards a carry and four rushes over 10 yards.
Yeah, it's bad.
When they had 7 in the box, they only averaged 3.7 yards a carry. So why do you only have 6 in the box or less?
Because at the
how
end
often
of the
did
day,
you guys ever have 6 in the box or less?
It depends on is it 11? Is it 21? Is it 22?
They ran the ball like 18 times in a row or something like that?
You got to freaking.
Don't you just start stacking the box and put 10 fucking guys in there or 9 guys in there, and just say, okay, let's go.
No, you tell everyone stop being bitches and go fucking make a play. Stop being a little bitch. Go make a play.
So, the issue with the Patriots, right? It could be one of 3 things. It could be coaching, it could be front office, or it could be ownership. So if you had to pick one that's the issue right now, what is it? What needs to change?
It's the talent on the team. They don't have the talent.
So front office? So you got to fire Elliott Wolf.
But we knew this going. No, I'm not saying fire. I'm not saying fire Elliott Wolf.
I didn't say fire Elliott Wolf.
They need another couple. They need another offseason. They need another year.
They didn't spend any money.
You can
spend any money.
Exactly, because if I was going to, someone's going to. We were just talking about cars. I'm looking at a '65 Impala, beautiful car. Dan's telling me, the muscle car market's crashing. Muscle car market's crashing. I can't sell this. I can't sell that. The market dictates. So if you have a '65 Impala, right, and it's in the off season, and you know the market's down, and you're like, why would I spend $200,000 on that when it's probably only worth $100,000?
But there was plenty of other guys to go get. You just neglected, or
They
you could have traded.
Look at.
I mean, here you talk about.
Look at the guys that they went for.
Weren't they supposed to be Weren't they supposed to be drafting better than Bill by now?
Well, look at the guys. They went for Ayuk. Where's Ayuk? Done for the
but that's
year.
an injury, though.
ACL. Hey, I'd be really pissed. How would you feel if they went out and they spent a crazy amount of money
You
and
can't
the guys
control that.
Well,
I mean, he'd be back next year.
he also didn't even really play this year. They paid him and he didn't even play.
He did.
What were
Every
his
game,
stats?
I think. I don't think he played that great. That great. I mean, he's better than you got right now.
Well, you got Polk, who's a rookie.
Yeah,
He's
but
gotta
my
figure
Polk is.
But you
That's
have
a problem.
All right. Here's
one of the problems.
Here's my question. If you took Drake May and swapped him with Aaron Rodgers,
Oh, Drake May is a better quarterback.
yeah,
No,
the Jets would be a better football team
here.
with Drake May than Aaron Rodgers. Because Aaron Rodgers at this point right now is he's a statue and he can't move. And in years past, he would get out of situations and run. Now he's getting he's got 2022, 2023, 2024. No, actually, I think it was 2021, 2022, 2023. They did like a quarterback comparison. 7 interceptions. He has the same amount of turnovers as Zach Wilson.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the Patriots, though, is right. You do have. It looks like that you now have an answer to the most important position.
You have the quarterback. That is the biggest. Oh, but here's my question. Another question. Knowing what we know right now after 2 weeks, would you have started Drake May week 1?
Yes.
Yes. And do you think they have? What's their record? Because I do think that there's.
Or 5-2.
They definitely would have won week 2.
Yep.
They definitely would have beat Miami, so they'd have 3 wins.
At least.
I think they'd be 3.
At least.
I think they'd be a 3-win team right now.
At least.
So,
Bare minimum.
okay, Drake May's the guy. We know Drake May's the guy. What do we do now? Number 1, make sure he doesn't get killed, right? Get the ball out of his hand, okay? You got to get, I know it sounds crazy, you got to get Polk some more touches. Get him the ball quick, early.
If he can catch it, though.
Just,
They were trying.
You know what I do to my 8-year-old flag football team?
He's not playing
the
this
kids
week.
that can't catch. You
He's
know
not
what I
playing this
do?
week.
You know what I do?
Put stickum on their hands.
I know. I rifle that
was
ball.
that Little Giants?
I rifle at them. Yeah. I take that. Spike. Get on Spike. So Everett, I tell Everett. I mean, and this is really now. Am I crazy? Maybe. Everett, he'll make a bad throw. Practice yesterday, threw an interception. I said, all right, Everett, obviously you can't throw. You're out. Can't do it. Next kid comes in.
Wow.
Can't run the offense. Everett, can you run it? Yep. Run the freaking RPO. Run it right. Throw the ball right. Don't be tippy-toeing. Throw the ball. Throw it. Guess what? Next play. Touchdown. You have to test guys mentally too. You hear me? That's what the best coaches do. My whole career, I was probably insulted. There is no other profession. I'm telling you, there's no other profession. Maybe in like private equity, maybe in like trades where, it's very tight groups, small, no PR issues. There's no profession where you could look at somebody and say, you stupid idiot. You stupid fucker. How the hell could you fuck that up? Football is the only space where you could have a coach look at you and say, you ain't worth shit. You sack of shit. And you just sit there, you take it, yes, sir, okay, yeah, I suck, yeah, I'm terrible. But inside, you want to rip his head off. You want to rip the coach's head off. And then you go out there and you make a play. You make a play. You know how many times Matty P, you know how many times I wanted to take Matty P's pencil out of his ear and stab him with it? But I didn't. I used that as fuel.
But
I used that as, okay, Matt, you think I suck, Matt? I'm going to go out here and I'm going to ball out.
But we've talked about
And
this
Matt
before.
knew
These
that.
players
Matt
are
knew
different.
that. So
These players are
Matty would
different.
test me because he knew that that's what would piss me off, and that's what would get me going. Oh, I guess you're not good enough, Rob. I guess you can't set the edge, Rob. I guess we're gonna have to get somebody else out here, Rob. And I go, okay, all right.
But these players are different now, though.
I know.
You know, like that's the thing. They're different.
So what? They
can't
quit
handle that.
when you push them. I mean,
Did
ever
you see what? Did
maybe
you see what Polk posted after the game?
the piece?
Yeah,
that was Tyreek does that too. Peace sign.
he does that when he scores a
Yeah,
touchdown.
but what did the peace sign mean? Like ... peace. Like
I'm
hey,
out.
no. How about you're out? How about you? Peace. You, the media, people,
Oh,
the
stop.
bullshitters. Why not?
Stop.
Hey,
DJ, you
you're
think
out,
it was the
TJ.
bullshitter?
You're out,
Look at him,
TJ.
look at him, look at him.
TJ, you're out, baby. I'm in my Wolf t-shirt today. I'm feeling great.
Yeah,
I'm feeling a how at the moon.
He's saying peace to your take there because there's
No,
way.
TJ. What do you think it was, TJ?
Yeah, see?
Where is he gonna go? He's under contract. We got your ass.
He's not playing this week.
Well, hey,
He's been out. He's in concussion protocol.
He got a concussion?
So they claim.
Well, all these young kids are in for a rude awakening.
But how about
in 3 years
Do you
when
see
your
what Osborne
contract's up?
posted? KJ Osborne.
I don't know. What did they post?
He posted a text conversation with his agent
No.
talking about how that the Patriots weren't letting him play and he needs to go basically somewhere else. And
Let him go.
Challenging.
See you later.
And then he ended up having to play because Javon Baker was sick before the game.
Listen,
Caught a
all
touchdown
these.
pass.
Okay, all these.
You got it up
Gen,
there, TJ?
Is it
Here
Gen
is.
Zs?
Right here. KJ Osborne sharing his thoughts with his agent that he was supposed to be a healthy scratch before the game.
Yeah, he wasn't though.
No, because
Yeah, that's
Javon
what
Baker-
the game of
Javon Baker
football.
got.
You always have to be ready. Dude, you want to? I'm going to tell you a funny story. What is he saying? He's praying. John, 13-7.
it's his agent saying that he
Yes,
took 3
so-
reps all practice week.
Okay. Let me tell you a story. Monday Night Football, we are playing. I could tell you so many stories about me being pissed off and being upset, calling my agent. I'll tell you
I
a
bet
story.
that happened a lot.
I'll tell you, yeah, it did. My agent was like my
I bet you
therapist.
called your agent a lot.
I called my agent.
Like a lot.
We're playing Monday Night Football.
Like
We're-
5 times a week.
We're playing the Miami Dolphins Monday night. And I think that was the game where Wes Welker had that 99-yard. It was like we kicked their ass.
Yeah.
We kicked their ass.
90-yard touchdown pass.
So I call my agent and I'm like, Craig, dude, they're making me drop on every play. Like, I'm going to the drop side. I'm never going to get a rush. They're putting the young guys, the guys that just, and not that they didn't get the concepts, but I was a better dropper than they were. So they would say, Ninko, every single pressure, you're going to the opposite side and you're going to be in coverage. So I called my agent. I'm like, this is bullshit, man. Like, they want me just to be the guy to drop in coverage, be the guy that's not getting any play, not making any plays. So what happens in that game? 2 picks and a sack. 2 picks and a sack and like 6 I balled out. And after the game, my agent was like, yeah, well, that was good. That was a really good game for you. Like, you just had 2 interceptions on Monday Night Football, prime time. Look up, and my first interception, it was actually like, look up Rob Ninkovich Monday Night Football interception. It was actually like,
How many times have you looked it up?
no, but it was one of them plays where you just react to it, and they probably don't even have it on there.
It's probably on YouTube.
It was one of those plays where I just saw Chad Henne was like going to throw it to the flat. So I just took off to the flat, knowing that they were going to throw it to Patrick Cobb. I do believe that was a running back. Pat Cobb. And I just went right to it. And I dove, and I made like this super athletic play, and it made me look really good. But anyway,
I think they deleted it.
it could be in the videos. Look in the videos. Then we were playing the Jets. All right. So we're playing the Jets. That was the overtime win versus the Jets, where going into the week, they said, Rob, you are only going to be on the field for 22 personnel. 22 personnel. That's the only package you're in. Granted,
What year?
this was like in my prime. In my prime. The best seasons that I've had where I was balling, they replaced me, no offense, with Dane Fletcher, okay? And who else? No, actually Dane was okay. That game they replaced me with Justin, I don't know, some kid that was just on the team. He was in front of me. So I looked at the amount of 22 personnel snaps that they had through the first 8 weeks, and they had 4 plays. So I'm literally like, all right, so basically I just got demoted. I'm not playing. I've been balling. Why? So they let Justin Francis was out there on every third down, pass rushing against the Jets. And at like the first quarter, nobody was getting to the quarterback. They had no pressure on the quarterback. Bill was like, put Rob back in there. Put me back in there. And that's the fucking game that I had a sack, fumble, and recovered it and ended the game. If I didn't go back in there, who knows?
They're trying to replace you.
Yeah, exactly. Packers. This is in my prime. Packers. They're like, hey, Dane's going to take all your outside linebacker spots or all your reps. I'm like, okay. The first play of the game, they ran a 50-yard power play. Bill goes, put Rob back in there. It's like the NFL is stressful, number one. If you don't have a huge contract where they're obligated to put you on the field, they're searching to find.
Is it here?
I don't know. I think that's the whole game? Oh, wow.
They don't have the highlights section.
It's right there. No. That's a nice.
That's the
muffed.
putt.
Muffed.
So you don't see Mayo was set up to fail this year. Can you at least agree with that? Where he's got really no veteran head coaches, no veteran coaches on his coaching staff.
There's one right there. Oh, that's the in cut. So that's an in cut. Chad Henne. I'm dropping straight back. It's 3-by-1. So the tight end sat. They ran an in cut with number 2. I think number 1 went vertical, and I was just backing straight up. So I'm up top. No, I don't think this is it. That's Tully up there. I was out. I wasn't playing right there.
No, you're right there. Oh, no.
No.
You're not. Yeah.
You just missed. You missed it.
So you don't think that they set up Mayo to fail?
Oh, right there. In cut. Ninko. Bang.
No, that's it.
Got it. I think that we knew coming into the season that it was going to be a tough. Let me see what these route concepts are right here. Oh, look at Ninko was lean. Oh, he was spry.
So why do you think they didn't keep?
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Oh.
I'm walked. No, get back. In cut. Get it. I can't believe he threw that. Yeah, it's a good play. That's the second one. First one was even better.
Why do you think they didn't keep Steve Belichick?
Man, I don't.
That would have helped the defense, though, don't you think?
I don't necessarily know why that. There's also your dad's the head coach. You want to break away. I would assume that, like anybody, if your dad is think about it. If your dad owns a business, if your dad's high up somewhere and you're working with your dad or for your dad, at some point you want to separate and go to a different place and have your own kind of like identity, right? Like you want to start your own thing. So I think there was a little bit of that. But then there's also things that, look, beyond your control, right? Control what you can control. Look, there's moments in my life where you're like, why the hell am I not the guy out there? Why don't I have that opportunity? And somebody else gets that opportunity, and you got to go grind away and try and work your way up and get a chance to earn your own stripes. But, you know, where they're at right now, I think that there is the strengths coming into the season have been chopped down. You chop the freaking legs off because you lose. I think Bentley is the biggest loss.
Yeah, player wise. But I'm just talking about the coaching staff. Like you said,
but then you also you know like
you set it up that you have a brand new head coach, and the coordinators you brought in have no experience being real coordinators.
Well, I mean, Mayo is a defensive mind, so he could go in at some point.
He never was even a coordinator, though.
He was.
There isn't.
He was. It wasn't.
There
That's
wasn't
like
saying Van
titles.
Pelt was a coordinator, and he never called a play. Until
that's the one problem too. Like, Bill didn't give titles to certain people. Like, there wasn't a specific. Matty P was a defensive, I don't know, assistant, but he was the DC. But they didn't give him the title. He
eventually became the DC.
He became the DC without the title. Do you know why?
It's to pay you less.
Yes.
But here's the thing, though, is that like Mayo. So basically, you have an offensive coordinator on the team with the team right now, a defensive coordinator, and you have a head coach. Before this season, how many plays in a game have either of those three called in an NFL game? None.
Well, Van Pelt was an OC,
but he never called plays though. Stefanski called all the plays. So, like, you have three guys that have never called plays. At least if you kept Steve Belichick around,
Stefanski,
he called the plays.
You know who's getting a bad deal?
Who?
Freaking the Cleveland Brown head coach.
Why? Because
because he's in a position where he has to have a quarterback out there that's terrible. But because they paid him $300 million,
he's got Winston now.
He's probably going to have a better chance because.
No, stop,
dude.
Actually, Deshaun Watson was looking good. Deshaun Watson was just playing his best game of the year before he got hurt.
Well, hey,
and they booed him.
Yeah, you deserve it. The whole stadium
booed him.
Chanting, "You deserve it."
At home. At home.
Dude, that is a kick in the.
He ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah, it's gone. See you later.
Yeah.
See ya. His career. You talk about like having some confidence issues, dude. When he comes back,
oh yeah, he can't go back there.
He's coming back. They still owe him 3 years and like $98 million. Huh?
Unless they just eat it.
They're gonna have to. Guy's gonna be on an island somewhere drinking pina coladas.
His
getting massages.
His agent needs to be like the agent of the year though, isn't he?
No, that goes all the way to the Cleveland Browns. That's Cleveland being complete morons, trying to set a precedent and trying to
the Broncos did it with Russell Wilson.
Set the market, and the rest of the league's like, what? Okay.
The Broncos did it with Russell Wilson, kind of. They're okay now.
Yeah, but they're still hurting. And Russell Wilson actually looked decent in his first game back.
Oh, what's the difference, though?
But he has a shit ton of talent around him.
You've got $130 million in cap space right now for the Patriots. It's almost, what's the difference if you were paying somebody no money to play? Like they're not.
There's a big difference.
Not really.
Paying somebody that sucks and just having the cap space to go and buy 7, 8 pieces.
Yeah, but it's a worse look because you at least have the ability to spend the money to improve the team as opposed to just putting an offensive line together of people from other teams' practice squads as your offensive line. I mean, that's not a good look.
I don't think it's fair at the moment to jump all over Mayo and give him so much shit based on we knew what were the topics that we were talking about in training camp. Who's the quarterback? Who's going to be the quarterback? Okay.
They got that.
We got the quarterback. Who's going to be the tackles? Who's going to be the offensive line? Okay, you lose David Andrews. You lose guys that you thought would be there. Okay, we knew that they weren't going to have a great offensive line. The offensive line hasn't been terrible. Like, dude, Drake May has been able to throw the football down the field. So I think maybe they're overreacting. They haven't been able to run the football. Once Stevenson, who's been fumbling and giving the ball away.
He hasn't lately.
But
a couple weeks of it.
I'm saying it's not the last 2 weeks. I think last week, London, you get up 10-0 on a team, and then the energy is basically sucked out of you. You had no juice on defense. Now, I don't know how you get the juice. I don't know how you get it out of everybody. It becomes a pride thing. What do you value yourself at as a player? What do you want people to look at you as? Okay, we put the tape on. Because once you're on tape and you're out there, people are evaluating the way you look as a player. So if you want another contract and you want to go play somewhere else, nobody's going to pay somebody on a shitty team. I've been on shitty teams. Nobody wants you.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members-only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be the best player on a shitty team for anybody to look at you.
Yeah.
You could be an average player on a good team, and you're going to make more money, and you're going to benefit from it. Like, there's plenty of guys that have made more money than they should have based on their production because they were on a good team. Yeah. And things protected them a little bit. And guess what? Then they get paid. Then they go to a shitty team, and they're just average to below average.
Yeah.
So I'm not pinning this, and you got people that are pinning it and going crazy on the toughness comment because he just said we're not a tough football team. We can't run the football. We can't stop the run. We can't cover kicks. What's wrong with that? If these kids are too soft in between the ears to realize
they've been like the top-rated special teams.
Yeah, they gave up a kick. You know what that was? I put that more on the punter than the actual coverage team. There's landmarks on a field. So we could say deep kick right or deep kick left. The punter, if they hit the ball and they pound that ball in the middle of the field and they outkick their coverage, that can potentially set you up for a big return because your timing is off. If your timing's off and you kick it to the center of the field and they got 15 to 20 yards have a head start on you, you're able to create a lane, push the ball one way, cut back because that's what they're trying to do. So I put that more on the punter. Put it on the punter.
Yeah.
He knows he fucked up. He kicked the ball right in the center of the field.
Bill talked about it.
Pounded that.
Yeah, Bill talked about it. He said, like, Brien, you can kick the ball as far as you want, but you can't kick to the center of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I don't think I think that was a one-of thing because special teams has played well for them. That's probably one of their bright spots. Obviously Drake May is probably their brightest spot right now because of what he represents. I think some of the receivers are, I mean, from where they were at 3 weeks ago to now, I think there's more production. Yeah.
They're catching touchdown passes.
Well, it's because he can throw the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So
I think the game would have been different.
The most disappointing thing from last week to me was the run, just the defense in general.
Well, you can't be in the NFL. You can't be an NFL team, right? That a team lines up against you and runs it 12, 13, 14 times in a row, right?
Yeah. No, that's you're not tough.
So your message would be to the team.
My message would be if you want to play football,
that you're soft. That the team is soft.
In this game, you're soft as baby shit. Hell yeah.
So what do you think though about a lot of your former teammates kind of getting on Mayo?
Who? Dev?
Yeah.
Dev's got all the answers now. He's a big time guy. Dev's got all the answers, you know.
There's a bunch though that did.
Listen. They
then
know
that
Bill's
sparring with Mayo in the media.
I mean, Bill's living in the past, talking about.
Yeah, but he also
last year we were really good. This year they're not so good. I don't think he never ever would talk about the past. He would always say, "The past is in the past. Who cares?"
Every interview this week, he has pointed out that Mayo is a problem.
He's taking a victory lap.
Mayo,
That's Bill's trying to,
But that's where I think that there is a chance. I think there's a good chance, or a decent enough chance, that Mayo gets fired in the offseason. I don't think it's justified, but I think there's a chance because of the fact that
I think that would be a mistake.
If Bill keeps victory lapping Kraft,
it's when you're not associated, like it's easy to talk about games and be in the media and when you're not in it, like.
But I mean,
if Bill last year after a game like that would be like, I got to do better. We got to do better. That's it. No discussion, no talking. And I talked about this before with people that are in the media. Mayo gives you a lot of information, and now they're taking all that information and they're twisting it and they're turning it on them. I think that's bullshit. You had a guy like Bill that wouldn't give you anything. Now, I think that helped Bill in a lot of senses. Like, people can write a story about the team not being tough, but I could guarantee your ass the second that he walked in the locker room, he's like, "You guys are soft." Like, what is that? What's this shit? Like, that's terrible. Like, football is a tough guys. It's a tough man sport. It's a tough guy sport. If you're timid and you don't go, if you're not all in and you're not playing at 1,000 miles an hour, you're gonna get beat. So how do you build a roster where you have a bunch of guys that are flying around and doing whatever they can to make a play? That's when it comes into what makes you tick? Like, what are you playing the game for? Some guys, they play for the money. Some guys play because they love the game. Some guys play because, they realize it's an opportunity to better their situation. You got to find a balance. Like, there's nothing wrong with playing the game for money. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, man.
There's nothing wrong with playing the game and saying the reason that I'm on the football field is to make money. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you do it, you better make sure you're trying to make big money, and the only way to do that is to play fast.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Like, there's different motivations.
You can't say to people, "Well, hey, you're not,
Yeah, you're not doing it for the. There's guys that don't love the game, dude. I didn't love the game at times. You think I wanted to go through the bullshit and live an extended stay and freaking call my agent and say this sucks and do my knee, shoulder, hip, like get a million headshots? Like, you don't love it.
Yeah. Well, you love the game.
You love the game, but you
play the game to make money.
If they asked me to do it for free, I would say no, thank you.
Yeah. What's the point?
Yeah,
that's like 37U. 37U football.
37U. I have no idea why they're doing that shit. I don't. For the love of the game, no.
To relive the glory days.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think's gonna? What do you think is gonna happen now going forward with the Patriots? Do you think they're gonna be able to respond to Mayo calling them soft? Do you think the team implodes here, or do you think maybe they show up a little bit better?
I think they show up better. They got to show up better against the Jets. It's the fucking Jets.
What if they implode, though? Because that
What's
call
the
for Mayo,
definition of imploding? The definition,
they lose 37-3.
Not being able to stop the run.
Not
being competitive.
Breece Hall rushes for 265 yards.
I mean, you have to go into this game saying number one, we got to stop the run.
Yeah, but if you get blown out,
focus on it.
If you get blown out, somebody has to get fired.
I don't.
Somebody has to get fired.
I don't think that's not going to help anything. You think about it.
If you fire, it's not going to help anything.
It's going to create more problems. It's going to create more issues.
More problems, though.
It's going to create more. It's going to create more because then then who's going to take over for that person? You have an interim guy come in that was an assistant or like a position coach to come and take over. Like, I don't think that helps. You get through the year, you evaluate what you have. You really didn't have much opportunity. Yeah, they re-signed a bunch of guys. They re-signed guys that they thought were going to be the guys to help them out. I think Pep was a great idea to sign him back. He's a hell of a player.
You can't
he fucked up.
Yeah.
He messed up.
That's actually concerning too, because he said he had the video evidence to say
he messed
it
up.
didn't happen.
Okay,
so he's done, right?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's done.
But you don't expect. You expect to pay somebody, Barrymore. You expect him to be there. Yeah. Blood clots out of your control. Okay, there's 3 guys that you really thought were going to be there that would have been huge to your defense, and they're not there.
Yeah.
So
they also had that last year, though. Don't forget, because they lost all their corners.
They lost Gonzalez.
Yeah, and Marcus Jones.
Yeah,
they lost a lot of people last year.
I mean, you lost Duggar a little bit this year.
Yeah.
Or he's nicked up. So everything in the world right now is so instant. We need to have the fastest, the quickest, but
I don't think that's the case. I think it's like if you're losing games by 1 score, like
so if they were losing games like they lost to Seattle,
yeah,
you'd be like, okay,
yeah, you get when a team just runs.
Who did they have when they played Seattle? Who did they have when they played Seattle? They had Bent. They had Duggar.
No, I know.
They had freaking Peppers.
There is part of that.
Yes.
But when you put it all together, right, that they're getting blown out, these reports are coming out that these guys are staying out late.
They were also 8 points. They didn't get blown out. They got the ball ran on them. They went for 2 when they should have kicked the field goal. If they just kicked the field goal,
that would be stupid to kick the extra point there.
No, kick the field goal. You're down 8.
Yeah, but
if you don't make it, it's a 1 possession versus 2 possessions. So if you make the 2-point conversion,
you would rather know if you need the 2-point conversion earlier.
No,
because you can play different.
No,
you can play different. You can manage the clock different at that point. Yes,
you would rather.
Statistically, it makes more sense.
Personally, I would rather be down 8 points and then defensively, we need 1 stop. All we need is 1 stop, 1 possession. We can get back to this thing.
You need 1 stop anyway, though.
No, you need 2.
You always need 1 stop.
But
you always need a stop,
If it's 9 points versus 8 points, you need 2 possessions. Once the 2 possessions happens, it's over. You miss the 2-point. Oh, it's a 2-possession game. There goes the game. It's over. No. You want to always keep the possessions as small as possible. Oh, defense, we need 1 stop. It's a 1-possession game. We get the ball back and score. We're down 2 points. Then they got to get a 2-point conversion. It's a demeaning thing. Okay, you're down 9. You go for 2.
So you didn't like Mayo's call then?
No, I didn't. That was analytical. That wasn't Mayo's call. That
yes, it was
somebody
upstairs.
Head coach.
He's the head coach.
Yeah, but it's
his call. Stop. You can't play it that way. You can't say it's a bad call.
It's a joint venture. It's a joint venture. It's a what do they call it?
Mayo.
What did they say it was? It was a collaboration
no.
on the 2-point conversion.
No,
it's some nerd up in the freaking box that's like,
statistically, if we go for 2 here,
but whose call is it?
38% chance higher.
Whose call is it?
The head coach's job.
Yeah.
I personally would have just kicked the field goal, been down 8.
See, the thing is that I think one of the other big things where the media needs to figure out.
The media sucks, dude. Come on.
But it's really how much of a say does Mayo have? Because that's a true thing, right? Like, if he has no say on who his offensive staff was, if he had no say on who they're bringing in free agency or anything like that, if he had really no say on that stuff, you can't blame him for the season, correct?
You can't blame him for the season with the roster as it was when he took over.
Unless the thing spirals out of control, that all these players mutiny against him and everything, then it is his fault. Then.
Player mutiny. Nobody wants to play in New England. Everyone wants to leave and go to Florida or Texas. Look at some of these other teams.
You're not talking about that. You're as a coach, your number one job is to motivate your players.
You want to motivate.
They're not being motivated.
But maybe they're not motivated. You can't motivate them because in general, all they care about, maybe they don't have the right mindset. Like, what do they care about?
But
maybe they're all me guys. But maybe they're all like, well, I want 10 touches, and I only got 1, and I didn't have enough practice, and I didn't have enough reps, and I'm not going to be the guy that's a go-to guy. So guess what? Fuck it, I want to trade. That's the problem what we're having in football right now, because you have kids that they've been transferring 3-4 schools because they weren't the starter. Oh, they're going to get more money. Oh, they've been coddled. They've been given everything. You got silver spoon fed. Then you go to the league and someone's like, yeah, you're going to have to run out on kickoff, and this guy's starting over you, so you got to pay your dues.
But that's what I'm
like,
talking
well, we
about,
don't pay dues.
But here, that's what I'm talking about, though, is so
that's why it comes down to that, right? Mayo's job is to motivate the team. That's his number one job. If it's players that he can't motivate, then it comes back to, did he pick the players or did somebody else pick the players?
Yeah, go through the last 3 drafts. Whoever picked those players is more at fault than Gerard Mayo.
But you've signed all those players, though, from the last 3 drafts, really.
No, you signed guys defensively that you thought were going to be
But
good.
they were all from those drafts, really. I mean, that's the thing. Like, most of the guys that weren't good, that weren't drafted well, like, they're gone, right? They've been released and all that. You signed all the guys from that draft.
Do you understand if you don't draft well, you're trying to rotate practice squad players through positions because you didn't draft well. You've cut those players. You lost the opportunity to bring in a piece that would build your roster to have a fundamental piece. When you don't draft well, you have to go and spend money on subpar athletes to pay them high market value, or you bring in a potential home run hit like a Rob Ninkovich on a free agency tryout, and then it works out in your favor. But the majority of those guys suck. They don't work out
9 times out of 10.
So you gotta build through the draft. If you miss in the draft
but they did miss in the draft though.
What's that?
They missed it all over the draft this year. If you think about it,
this year
so far,
no. They got a quarterback. That's the biggest, most important thing.
You can't credit Elliott Wolf with the quarterback because the quarterback was selected for you. There was 3 quarterbents. The other teams took the 2.
Default,
You took the 3rd one. You got lucky that you probably got the best one. It didn't take any talent to draft Mac Jones. To draft
I can't say
Vic
Polk isn't a good player.
But I'm saying, as of right now, if you had to grade it out right now,
they're like a C.
He missed on every single pick. Because you can't count the Drake May pick. Anybody could have made that pick, right? You used to be like, quarterback. Okay, we're taking the whatever one of these 3 is available.
No, that's what they traded. He could have traded down.
There was no way that they were going to let him trade down.
I mean, imagine that.
Imagine you trade down, right? Drake May becomes looking like this, and you get like Spencer Rattler or something like that.
I wonder who would have traded up. It would have been like, I don't know, the Steelers or something.
Well, no, the Giants were like all over the Patriots to trade up.
Yeah, the Giants wanted May.
He wanted him bad. Dable wanted him bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it looks like May.
Well, maybe Dable will be here.
It's early still, so preface all this. It looks like May is the best quarterback of this draft.
Yeah.
I mean, because even Jaden Daniels, that has a lot of talent too. I mean, you're seeing why teams were hesitant to draft him. Like, he's got a rib injury already. He's not very big.
When I'm watching the NFL now, I said this last night on my Instagram story. If I owned a team, I would think about selling some of my percentages of my team.
Yeah, get like 10 billion, 8 billion, something.
I would just sell some of them. I would sell because I don't think the product in 10 years is going to be good. I think it's going to continue to be bad.
But it'll keep being worth more and more. I
mean,
mean,
but
if you think look at baseball
football right now is not like when you watch the game. And then last night the game ended on a
same thing, though.
Head-turning freaking. Did you see that?
Yeah, but basketball is the same thing. Think about basketball. Basketball was really good in the 90s.
Well, they have so many,
and then it's just been this. But
they have
the values
many games
are going
that
up.
they can just the revenue there is the
revenue for football is always going to be there.
It's the TV. It's the TV stuff.
Yeah, it's always going to be there. I mean, you'd be smart to maybe sell a little bit of your franchise to your greatest player in the history of the sport. That might have been a smart move.
Tom Brady, but give him $300 million.
But just think, right? If you had Tom Brady here, right, like say Tom Brady was an owner of the Patriots,
I would give him a helmet.
But no, he could walk. Couldn't he go right to the media and be like, "No, our confidence is in Mayo. That's our confidence right now is in Mayo. He's going to right the ship and all that." And guess what the media would have done? They would have shut up.
They would have no. They would.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would have. If Tom Brady came out and backed Mayo, they would not have said a word.
I think you have to. And then I'll be curious to see how Tom, walks that tightrope of minority owner.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
I don't see how he's going to be a broadcaster.
Well, I mean, he'll probably do it. He'll make whatever 30. I don't know what they're paying, a ton of money. He'll make whatever. He'll probably kind of just go do something else or do something with the team or do. He's always going to have opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So now with all those restrictions, I think it'd be tough for him to continue to do that. But at the same token, he's gonna probably want to be involved in football in some aspect. Like he's always going to want to be involved. Now that he owns a team, he's going to want the team to be good, right? So I'm assuming that he's going to want to have some say in certain things, but you only own a very small piece, you know?
Yeah. No, yeah.
He's going to do the bowl cut.
Yeah, I sent you the thing.
Yeah,
the picture of him. But
what are my picks right now? Did I lose a shit ton?
Lost 3.
TJ, come on,
plus
be
7.
supportive. He just said,
Plus
Say, Ninko, you're
7.
gonna get it back.
Plus
you're plus 7?
Yeah. Not for the week. Oh, like overall for the year so far.
Bullshit.
You had it down to 4, and I moved it back to
I
7.
I had a good run, and then everyone sucked it off. God damn it. Some bullshit.
You want to do picks now?
Yes. That's some bullshit. And last night we both picked the Vikings, and they sucked it off too.
Yeah.
That's freaking...
Wasn't very good from the Vikings. I was actually disappointed with the Vikings. I thought they were going to be I'm very down on the Vikings now after last night. Because the Rams are not very good.
No.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
All right, we get it back. We got plenty of time. What is this, week 7? Is that halfway through the season?
Yeah. No. Almost. Week 8.5, basically, after a week. All right, so we already had Vikings-Rams. We both picked the Vikings, so we have one loss there each. Yeah. Then you're going to have Green Bay at the Jaguars.
Green Bay.
I'm also going to go Green Bay on that one. And you have Cardinals at the Dolphins. And
is Tua playing?
Is Tua returning? Hold on.
Oh, come on. Cardinals at Dolphins. What nobody's talking about the Dolphins. What about?
He's expected to clear protocol today.
All right, I'm going with Cardinals. What are you going with?
I'll go Dolphins.
Okay.
Also, Tua said there's no way he's going to wear a Guardian cap.
I know. It's not going to help him.
Then we're going to have Ravens at the Browns. Ravens. They're not going to be eating any W's there.
No.
Eagles at the Bengals.
Bengals.
I'll go Eagles. Colts at the Texans.
Texans.
Titans at the Lions.
Lions.
Falcons at the Buccaneers.
Bucks.
I'm going to go Falcons. Saints at the Chargers. I'm going to go Saints. Bills at the Seahawks.
Bills.
I'll go Seahawks. Oh, boy. Bears at the Commanders. I'm going to go Bears.
Oh, my gosh. This would be a big swing. God damn, I could lose this whole season.
Chiefs at the Raiders.
I'm going Chiefs.
Panthers at the
Broncos.
Cowboys at the 49ers. I'm going to go 49ers.
Yeah.
Giants at the Steelers. And then we're going to have Sunday at 1 p.m. the New York Jets versus the New England Patriots.
Oh.
What are you doing? Oh.
Patriots.
Whoa!
I can't go
I
Jets.
did not see that coming.
I can't go with the Jets. I can't do it. I said they would split this year, and they lost the first one.
I'm going to go with the Patriots. I just can't pick the Jets. I fucking hate the Jets.
Yeah,
What do you think about Aaron? Well, actually, how about this question? What franchises are more dismay right now?
Jets.
The Jets or the Patriots? I don't know about that.
The Jets. You have all the talent in the world, and you can't win shit. And you're firing your head coach. You move play calling responsibilities to different people. Like the Jets. You paid
Aaron
sure? Rodgers. Yes. Yes.
So my thing is where I keep talking about that. I'm not sure Mayo will be here next year.
Where's he? No.
If the Crafts wanted, I think if the Crafts really believed in him, why wouldn't they be talking to the media right now?
I don't know.
Saying that they have full confidence in Mayo. Why?
When is the last time they talked in the media? They don't talk. They haven't talked in the media.
They talk in the media.
No, they didn't talk.
He was on a podcast like last week. The fuck?
I have full confidence in Mayo.
No, I know you do, but
he's my friend.
Yeah,
he's my old teammate too.
But you also
think he's good.
I thought Bill was your friend too.
Bill is my friend.
They're going at each other right now.
That sucks, and I don't like that.
You don't like it?
No.
You're caught in the middle.
No, I just think
you feel like your.
I think it sucks.
It's like you're getting your parents are getting divorced and you don't know which one to side with.
I mean, I'm with both sides. I just don't understand, like
who's going to get you the better Christmas present this year?
No, I'm not getting a Christmas gift. But I'm saying, it's like when you're a veteran and you have a young guy come up, like I always was just kind of like, all right, I'll give him everything. And if he takes my job, who cares? Like I've done
Did
everything.
Did you really do that?
What's that?
You did that with
I would always do that. I give everyone, Jake Beckett, Jermaine Cunningham, like anybody that was drafted high to replace me, I would give them everything I know. This is how I do it. This is how I did it. This is what I like. This is my technique. This is my hand placement. This is my footwork. This is where I drop. This is what I look at. This is the tackle stance. This is the back's width. This is the back's depth. This is the nasty split. This is a wide split. This is 2x2. This is 3x1. This is gun. This is empty. This is 11 personnel, 10, 12. I would give everything to everybody. And if they were better than me, I had confidence that they weren't. And I was like, I'm just a better football player. So that being said, when I retired, I just was like, somebody else is going to have to do that job. They never really found a replacement for me until KV, really.
Yeah.
But that, in a sense, to me, I feel like if you're a head coach and you have somebody that you're helping grow and become a position coach and then a coordinator and then a head coach, I wouldn't be upset. I would just be like, all right, like, I hope you do well. I hope you take the things that I've taught you or learned from me, and I'm going to move on, and I'm going to be fine. I just don't.
Well, I think Mayo started this, though.
What do you mean?
The whole beef between him and Bill in the media.
I don't know. I think it's because
Mayo was on like an interview.
He took the position where Bill was at. I think that's the.
No,
isn't that the problem?
No, Bill wasn't saying much about the Patriots. Then a few weeks ago, Mayo said in the interview, they were asking about the roster construction and all that, and he said, well, you need to ask the people that were here before.
I mean, the roster is the roster, though.
The roster has a bunch of good drafted players on there, though, too. I think that's a tough one. I mean, that's a tough hit to take. You see the other report that came out that Mayo was constantly late to meetings last year because he was in meetings with Robert Kraft, so he was late to all the positional meetings and all that stuff because he was.
I mean, that's the media, though. They could be fucking so off on that. They could be wrong. These guys are wrong all the time.
I mean, he had that contract already done.
But there's also there's tons of stuff that we don't know. Like, I've said this before, nobody knows the actual, the details. Nobody knows the details. It's all hearsay. It's, that whole thing when you're a kid and you're like, Rob shit his pants. And then you go around the room and by the end of it's like, Rob shit his pants in the back of the classroom, and then he decided to urinate as well. And then his breath is like his breath. He took a bite of the shit, and his breath is just as bad. Like that's the story thing. But
the thing is, though, you probably took a shit in your pants, though.
Maybe you sharded.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So there's a piece to the whole thing.
Maybe it's just a fart, but it was a wet fart. It was a hot fart.
So that was a pretty detailed story. So is that something that happened?
I've sharded. Everyone's sharded.
No, you poop your pants? And
no, not
that's
in school.
the people knew about
not
it?
in school. No, never.
You sure?
I never shit. Never pooped in pants. Never pooped my pants.
All right, so what are the three? What are Nico's
I've
three
had
keys?
2 really hot farts before.
What are Nico's 3 keys to the game?
Stop the run. Stop the run. Stop the run. And stop the run. Those are my 3 keys.
So if they stop the run and
that's all I care about.
Lose 35 to 28 or something like that, that'll be a good game for you, think?
Yep, perfect. I don't care.
If May balls out here and throws for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. I want him to overtake the Dan Marino statistic. I want him to be the only quarterback in the first 3 starts to have X amount of yards and X amount of touchdowns. He has a chance.
You guys enjoying the show? There's a few ways that you can support the Dan and Ninko Show. First being subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Or you can become a super fan. Go to danandninko.com. First month is 50% off, so it's only $5 to subscribe. That gives you an exclusive chat with Ninko and I on Discord, access to exclusive content, 15% off our brand new merch store, which has some really cool stuff in it, our members only merch, and you get notified when we have special guests on the show. Well, they have like a little bit of a leash on him, it seems like, still, right? Because he's a rookie and all that.
Yeah.
Why not open it up now?
I would say
you got nothing to lose, right?
Throw a bomb. I want to see the first play of the game.
Let him throw 350 yards.
First play of the game. First play of the fucking game. Throw a deep pass. I want to see a deep shot on the first play because everybody's like, stop the run, stop the run. Shot. That's what I'm like. Everybody.
Yeah.
Shots.
But that's what I mean. Like, I think if you open up the offense and let him go be Drake May.
Do it.
I mean, if he throws for 375, 4 touchdowns and 2 picks, I think you at least see what more he can do. I mean, that's what this year's about right now, right? You're fucking 1-6. So you're trying to figure out what you can do for next year. And my thing is, I think you're trying to show off Drake May right now to potential coordinators to come in here. Because you have to assume right now, there's going to be a lot.
Head coach that really liked Drake May?
I know. Brian Daboll.
Daboll, baby.
I was the one that brought that up. You took credit for it.
I did. It's all good.
But we're a team.
Yes. I don't care who gets the credit.
But the thing is, though, is that I think that the Patriots offensive coordinator job will be one of the top jobs to go after right now, right? Because if you have Drake May,
I'd take him out. I'd give him I'd take him a trip to the Cape. We'd go down. We'd go to Lobster Trap in Bourne. I'd take him to the Trading Post. I'd take him to all the hot spots. We go down.
You know Daboll though.
What's that?
You know Daboll, right?
Yeah. He was my neighbor.
You can take him.
Yeah.
You gonna wine and dine him.
Grab him in the green convertible. Take him in the big
all around.
green monster.
But there has to be a ton of top coordinator candidates that are going to want to take this job, right? With Drake May,
I think so.
A ton of money, another high draft pick, right? Because you don't really have to draft anything on defense.
Yeah,
you got to draft a fucking tackle.
You got to draft a tackle,
like a tackle.
You need a big tackle.
I think this is the time though, is you would trade back the pick to like the 9th or 10th pick, accumulate a lot more picks, and take your tackle then, and start building your team that way.
Yeah, I agree.
But hopefully they do something like that. But we'll see for this week. So just stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. Those are the 3 keys.
Stop the run, 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 stop the run.
I think it's stop the run, open it up for Drake May, and
hit Aaron Rodgers.
Crunch
Aaron Rodgers.
You have to. They've got no pressure.
When he gets hit, he's like.
I'd rather Aaron Rodgers throw for 300 yards than see Breece Hall run for 200. Wouldn't you?
No.
What?
What'd you say?
You'd rather see Breece Hall run for 200 yards than Aaron Rodgers throw for 300 yards?
No, because then they're not stopping the run.
No, I'm saying I'd rather Aaron Rodgers throw for 300 yards.
Yeah. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes. I would rather him throw than have the ball on the ground for 200
That's what
yards.
I mean.
Perfect.
So stack the box.
Yeah.
Put 8 guys in the box.
Put it in there. All right. I got to go to Saugus.
Oh, I got to go. PRP injections.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the hair, the flow. See that flow?
Yeah. Is he going to be on the next Lepresti commercial?
I think I'm going to do a transplant soon.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to take my chest hair.
It's going to look great.
Yeah, put it up there.
Nice and curly.
It's called the BHT.
Is it real?
Body hair transplant.
Is that real?
No,
yeah. Is it?
It's real. It's called a BHT. Body hair transplant.
No fucking way.
They take your pubes and your chest hair.
And put it on your head?
Yeah.
It's different hair.
It's just thicker.
It's like a different type of hair.
It's coarse.
He's got to be kidding me.
It's coarse. I mean, you ever see a guy who's got hair like mine with an afro up top? That's a body hair.
So you come in with like a perm?
That's it. Jerry curl. All right, we're out of here.
All right.
Screw this.
So we'll see you guys next week. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube TV, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.